Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Red Sonja Claw issue number 3 of 4 from Wildstone Dynamites. We're going to dive right in because we're going to continue the story, but we have a flashback here where, Sonja is defending or helping some kind of a village for, I don't know, reasons. The reason's going to explain you, but, I'm not sure that's really something. I mean, isn't she a mercenary or something, or a gun for hire or something? Or sword for hire, but he is, getting help from this guy called Fanador, who is, he really wants to go into battle, but he says, these peasants and these soldiers are pretty weak, and he also got accompanied by some kind of a wizard. But then he asks a question that says, "Hey, why are we doing this? I mean, basically he likes battle, but he doesn't want to die because, like I said, their offense is pretty weak." But then she says, well, because it's the right thing to do, right? And the kingdom of Brissenden will be free. And she says the other ones want to enslave people, so that's the right thing to do. So they're going to the battle stations and, saying charge. And then we go to the now where Sonja is being imprisoned by possibly the wizards, but it's not really the wizards. It's her longtime friend Fanador, and I wish, when it comes to panel layout, I wish that's not really something I wish, but what I would have done is, this page on the next one, like a big reveal or something. But now it's just, oh, it's this guy, so this really particular outrage here is not really important anymore because the surprise is already here. I mean, it's not a really big deal. A lot of comics are doing that, and sometimes you have to make decisions on how many panels you want to make to tell the story. But yeah, this big oaf barbarian has dipped his toes into dark magic, and it changed him, and he has been rewarded with limitless power. All right, so he's telling the guards not to come near her, because he's dangerous and etc. But then he says, the truth is, as much I would enjoy opening her throat with my own bare hands, she is necessary and she is bait to draw in the warrior that your man let escape. Now this is interesting. Why is what's his name, Fanador, hating her? I do not know. I mean, they are just saying, hey, they look like good companions here, right? They go into battle with each other. So why are you hating her? It's not really well explained or explained at all, except that he just wants power and she's bait for the guy that, that was supposedly falling from a cliff. And well, Claw here has no problem, killing himself. The demonic hands has other opinions and basically saving his life, but he is also now enraged. So I assume that the hand has the ability to take over control over, well, he's not called Claw, he is called another name, which I forgot because I really don't care about this character or this book in general. And I noticed that Wildstorm is not really a very good company when it comes to telling stories. It's just very mediocre and boring, and that's exactly what this comic is. And maybe it's just me remembering different when I bought these books, back in the day, because I have read Sonja from this company, from Dynamite, and I thought, yeah, that was cool. Maybe I should revisit the Red Sonja series from those times and see if they are actually worth reading, but yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it seems that the more blood he's gonna spill, the more he's susceptible for Fanador's control or something. How? Don't know. I only know that he's gonna, sneak into this kingdom, fortress, whatever you call it. There's also another series with Chuck Dixon and Andy Smith. Not really care about that. This isn't coming out later, I guess. But he butchers this guy. But he also, I don't know, it seems that, like I said, his Claw taking over, and then he only sees fog and blood and enemies, and he's just carving until nobody stands anymore, turning, from man to monster. I also noticed that the art is, or maybe the coloring, probably the coloring, it's very darkish. Even I have a lot of light here. It still seems there is a lot of darkness in here, which is okay. This is in the night, but still, I don't know. It just feels a little bit muddy here and there, although this looks nice. Anyway, so he's getting a warm welcome, but Vanador says every death by his hand makes him more powerful and vulnerable. He says, you are expendable. His value is incalculable. This guy says, oh, what? What? All right. And basically he wants to have him as his right hand. Why? Don't know. Reasons. Meanwhile, Sonja is begging for water, and this guy says, hey, why not give it to her? I mean, she's there for days. She is weak, and she's a woman. And basically, they want to have their way with her. And this guy, God says, hey, dude, don't do it, right? It's forbidden. Vanador insists that she's dangerous. And he says, come on, what can she do, right? I'll let you have her first. So they go in with all four of them. He says, hey, I'll give you some water if you do something for us. He says, no, water first and a bit of bread. So this guy caves in. And, being stupid as he is, he comes closer and right into her trap, which is, of course, very predictable. Breaks his neck, but then, come on. So she kicks him away. This guy then hits his head against the wall. He's unconscious. Then she kicks the third one away and kicks him into this guy that wants to flee. And now they're all unconscious. Really? He says, great, now what? No, we don't see that, what's going to happen, because suddenly she is free because it took her a while to get the guards' keys somehow. Then Claw comes in, called Vulcan, that's his name, and he's chopping off her head. But that's not really what's happening, because it's all in Vulcan's head. And what really happens is that he is attacking her. Of course, Sonja defends herself, and she says, hey, is it really you? Indeed, it is, Claw. How would you like me to carve you before you believe it's true? Yes, Claw is very dangerous because he's unpredictable, right? He says, what are you doing here? He says, I'm going to rescue you. I'm not in a habit of my rescuers attacking me, nor, might I add, was in need of any rescuing. Okay, a little bit girl bossing here, but, this is Red Sonja, so I forgive that. Anyway, so he says, I blame the fog in my head because I cannot tell enemy from friends or something like that, And he also did this, which I think, okay, this looks cool. A little bit chopping bodies here and there. He says, I did this and more, though I cannot tell you which murders are real and which I have imagined. Yeah, like I said, it's just, I'm not getting a real good grip on the lighting. It's just, like I said, very muddy and dark, unfortunately. Not a lot of bright colors here. I mean, I know it's in the medieval times and everything is supposed to be brown, but come on, you can add a little bit more different colors, to be honest. And I'm not a big fan of this. Anyway, so he also stressed that, that he has dreams of killing men and they are dead by his hand, and it's because of his cursed claw. And then he realized, because here he chops off her head, I see myself killing you, Sonja. It's a prophecy, a foretelling of events to come. I want to see you safe. You need to get away from me before your death becomes reality. But then, as voice says, it already has been a reality because, this guy is here, and Red Sonja's fate has been sealed the moment she returned to his kingdom. She is attacking Vanador, but he's swatting her away like a fly. And he says, but you know what is to be, don't you, Falcon? You have seen it, and now it's time for you to accept exactly what you were meant to be. Basically saying, join the dark side. So, like this. Come on, blood brother, I need to kill Red Sonja. Why? Why do you need to kill her? I don't know, you were friends? Why are not friends anymore? Don't know. And I've already seen that you are more than willing to lend a hand. And he says, yes. Leads us to the next issue. And that's it. That's the book. You probably can tell that I'm not very interested in this whole story. at all. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't make really sense from a story perspective, but maybe it's better getting explained in 4. I don't know, but it's just, it feels like it's going through the motions. Like, say, hey, let's tell a story about Sonja and a guy and some other people, and they meeting this guy, and then this is happening. Why does it happening? Doesn't matter. It's just happening. Just accept it, and then we move on to the next issue. Yeah, I have a little bit trouble of that kind of storytelling, so therefore I don't think it's really good. But one issue left. Maybe it's gonna turn out good. Probably not. Who knows? Well, I know in a couple of weeks, and then we're gonna revisit the last issue. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. See you next time. Bye bye.